Hello and welcome to another match reaction on Football Talk podcast. My name's Ozzy and I'm your host for this evening's show. Liverpool were victorious once again as they beat a strong Villa team, 2-0 at Anfield. So let's discuss the key moments of the game and I'll present my player ratings. This is also a calling show, guys. So if you'd like to come on and have your say, a link has been pinned in the live chat. So let's start with the first half. Despite Liverpool being on the front foot, it was Villa who produced the first couple of chances. Watkins had a shot from the left-hand side of the box, but his effort is curled over the bar. Then Bailey had a free header as he leaps over Robertson, but he heads it over the bar as well. That was a huge opportunity for Villa to break that deadlock. Should have at least hit the target there. But moments later, Liverpool took the lead after hitting a counter-attack from a Villa corner. Van Dijk lifts the perfect pass towards Mohamed Salah, who's through on goal. He's fouled by Leon Bailey, but Darwin Núñez manages to get onto the loose ball. He takes it away from the keeper and finishes it to hit the roof of the net. Great finish from the striker, but let's address that foul on Salah. The referee seemed to have waved play on and not even suggest that it was a foul, which is ludicrous. Now, if Núñez didn't score, how would you feel? Because I know I'd be fuming, and it presents the officials as being corrupt. Let's be honest, because the referee, David Koo, is a Manchester United fan. So if that happened, yeah, that would have been a crazy reaction from myself and probably the fan base altogether. But thankfully, the goal counted and we proceeded. But unfortunately, minutes later, Trent Alexander-Arnold picked up an injury and had to leave the pitch. Not sure how bad the injury is, but hopefully it's just a knock. We'll soon find, I'm sure, in the coming days. So Conor Bradley comes in to replace the right back. Watkins then has another shot, but this time it's from the right side of the box. But unfortunately, his effort goes wide for him. Liverpool almost make it 2-0 as Salah lifts the ball towards Darwin Núñez, towards that near post. Too much pace on the ball. It just went over Núñez's head. I'm very unlucky with that pass, to be honest. Núñez then had a glorious opportunity to extend the lead and add another goal to his tally. He's through on goal, 1-on-1. Nice pass from Mohamed Salah to split the defense. But unfortunately, he hits it high and wide. Should have buried it, in my opinion. He just lacks that composure in front of goal, and it's not the first time we've described Darwin Núñez finishing in front of goal. Aston Villa were close to equalising themselves as Onana has a fantastic header on goal. Fantastic save from Kelleher. And then Kelleher was brought into action once again as he makes a double save from the second corner. Great reactions from the goalkeeper. And just before halftime, Núñez has a shot, hits it with plenty of power, but it was straight at the goalkeeper. And in the second half, Morgan Rogers has a glorious opportunity to equalise from the opening minute of the second half, but he slices his short shot from the left side and unfortunately misses the target. Núñez has another opportunity to score his brace, but he heads the ball wide. And this was an easier chance for me, is that point blank range. Should have buried it again. Great run and cross from Robertson. But finally, we got the goal towards the latter stage of the game. And it was Mohamed Salah, the Egyptian king, finally gets the match winner as he, or should I say, Liverpool hit Villa on the counter-attack. So Boslai lifts the ball towards Salah on that right side. Salah's driving the ball. There's a couple players on his left side. But thankfully, he continues to dribble with the ball, slows it down, composes himself, and lifts the ball past Martinez's head to hit the back of the net. A fantastic goal from Mohamed Salah. I was so pleased at the time that he didn't pass, as he needed to be direct in that moment, and that goal gave us that cushion that we needed before the final stages of the game, and that secured the win for the Reds. Great performance from Liverpool, who were aggressive from the opening minutes and, for me, controlled the game. I don't know about yourselves, but I didn't really feel like Villa were going to score tonight. Okay, maybe when John Duran came on, I was slightly concerned, but generally, I feel like we were in control of the game. We had moments where we were a bit passive in our play, especially towards the end of the game. So that's something we need to improve on, especially in the latter stages of the game. And that's where game management comes into play. So overall, I'm pleased with how the team has performed today. Um, and I'll be honest, I've been impressed with how we performed since the international break. Some say that the fixture list that we had in the last 6 or so weeks will determine or show if Liverpool are genuine title contenders. I've said it from the start of the season that we will be challenging for the title. But chat, talk to me. How are you feeling right now? Do you think we'll win the title? I still feel like there's a long way to go, but there's a good feel factor as a club, and rightly so. Let's be honest, we have to give huge credit to Arne Slot. He's the first manager in Premier League history to win 15 games in 17 games altogether. He has done a fantastic job so far as Liverpool coach. So let's enjoy the moment. As we're top of the table, Man City dropped points earlier today against Brighton, so we're 5 points clear and we're on the up. It's a shame that we have to have another international break, as I feel like we're building some serious momentum right now, but it is what it is. So let's do the player ratings. If you'd like to come on the show and have your say, I have pinned a link in the live chat. And once I've done the player ratings, I'll get some callers in very, very shortly. So let's share the graphic with you guys and let's discuss the players. So Kelleher, good performance today. Overall, very sound. Had to make that double save. It ended up being a triple save. He made one save, which was a point-blank header from Onana, and then he had to make a double save afterwards, showing great reaction. However, he did have a few moments later on where I feel like it was a bit of a rush of blood, where he completely missed the ball on a couple of occasions. Generally, he was decent. You know, he caught the ball when it was required in aerial challenges, and so I feel like he had a solid performance today. And I feel like we take it for granted how good of a goalkeeper we have in our squad, because if you look at other number twos in the league, they're not as good as Kelleher. So having a goalkeeper like Alisson, who, let's be honest, is world class, he does tend to pick up a lot of injuries. So we're quite blessed to have Kelleher in the ranks, where whenever he comes in, we don't really miss Alisson. I'm not saying they're on the same level or anything to that nature, but for a short-term fix, he's always delivered. He's always presented consistent performances. And look, so far, you know, he's kept another clean sheet today, which is a huge plus point. So in terms of his performance today, I'm going to give him, an 8 out of 10. Trent Alexander-Arnold, unfortunately, can't give him a very thorough rating, as he didn't play the majority of the games, picked up an injury. I don't know if anyone knows what the extent of that injury is. But yeah, he had to leave the pitch immediately, which is a bit of a concern. Hopefully it's just a knock and it's a precaution that he had to be removed from the pitch. So yeah, in terms of performance, I thought he was quite good to start off the game. He was quite solid. So I'm just going to give him a decent of 7. I don't think he did anything bad at that time. I thought he was quite solid. So from his cameo today, I'll give him a 7 out of 10. Konate, wow, he was phenomenal today. He was a colossal throughout the game, especially in the first half. Anytime they tried to hit the through ball, you've got Konate making that block, and he did that on a number of occasions. They just couldn't get past him. Watkins didn't have any clear-cut chances. He did have shots on goal, but that was, more of his own making rather than him going through our defenses or causing havoc to that nature. So that all comes down to Konate. Konate kept him quiet throughout the game. And another dominant performance from our centre back there. So for me, he gets a 9 out of 10. Very, very impressed with him. I was slightly concerned that he looked like he might have picked up an injury in the second half, as he was hobbling for a little bit, but that wasn't the case. He managed to continue and complete the game. So hopefully he'll be fit and ready after the international break. So yeah, just a poor time in terms of that international break. I really hoped it would come later. To be fair, it doesn't come at all, because I feel like it's just a bit of a waste of time. But it is what it is. Now on to Virgil van Dijk. Another solid performance from our captain. Really good in terms of his sort of aerial challenges. Very dominant on the ball. Good passing range. Definitely helped out Robertson in terms of his defender. I noticed that he was quite close to Robertson, so whenever Bailey got past him, Van Dijk was very aggressive in covering him and making sure that Bailey didn't get any way around Robertson or even past Van Dijk to say the least. So solid performance today from him. So for me, I think Konate just edges it. So I'm going to give him an 8.5 out of 10. Robertson, I was actually impressed with him today. You know, he's been a player under the microscope for quite a while. There were moments where, you know, he gave the ball away, but I feel like as the game went on, he improved. He definitely contributed more from an attacking point of view, especially in the second half. So I actually thought he had a good game today. So, you know, in terms of his long-term future, that will always be a debate in terms of does he deserve to be a mainstay. There's already rumors circulating that he's going to get a new contract, which me personally, I'm not too sure about. But for the short term, you know, whenever called upon, he does try his best. And today I thought he was quite solid. So for his performance, maybe it's a bit of a strong rating. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. I think he improved. He did make some mistakes, I would say, towards the early parts of the game, but he definitely improved in the second half. So I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. Gravenberch, what another great performance from him. He, for me, really stood out in the first half. And in the second half, he showed his half turn, his ball carrying ability, just gliding past players like they're not even there. So another great performance from our Dutchman there. He's just been phenomenal for us so far this season. So he gets an 8.5 out of 10 rating from me. McAllister, unfortunately, I didn't think he was that great today. Gave away the ball quite a few times. Maybe he was just trying to go for that sort of Hollywood pass. I'm not quite sure, but he was quite wasteful in possession. Looked slightly off the pace as well, if I'm being honest. So yeah, not the best of performances from McAllister. Definitely below par. So in terms of his rating, I'm going to give him. What should I give him? I'll give him a 7 out of 10. I feel like that might be a bit low, but feel free to drop a comment and let me know what you think. Salah, another great performance from the Egyptian King. Got an assist, got a goal. The match winner, of course, 10 goals and 10 assists so far this season in Premier League. He's breaking records left, right, and centre. So in terms of his performance today, I thought it was really good. What impressed me the most about Salah's performance is his playmaking ability. The eye for the pass that he was showing throughout the game. He produced so many passes with the outside his foot, helping the likes of Darwin Núñez and Diaz get on the score sheet. Obviously, they weren't able to convert in a number of occasions. But I was just impressed in terms of how he was making those passes. And look, he's always going to score goals. He's a goal scorer, so that's something that will always come to him. But what impressed me the most is that he's added another weaponry to his skill set, where he's really going to add those numbers in terms of assists, but also really help the team going forward. So yeah, for me, he's indispensable right now for the club. So I'm really praying that the club get the act together and offer him a contract. Whatever he wants, please just offer it to him, because, you know, he might be 32, 33 years of age, but he doesn't play like that. And it's funny, a lot of fans are saying that he's lost a bit of pace. And maybe I've said it a couple of occasions that I don't feel like he's as dynamic as he used to be. But for me today, he showed that he's still got some pace in those legs there. So he was running, doing havoc today. And there was so many times where on the counter-attack, he was so quick on and off the ball. Yeah, he's definitely lethal. He's still, for me, one of the best players in world football. Really hope we, tie him down to a long-term contract, but that's another discussion for another day. So in terms of his performance, I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. Jones, for me, had a good performance today. I thought he was very good from a defensive point of view, where I feel like he was tracking back quite a lot. He was definitely covering ground. Looked neat on the ball at times as well. So I thought it was a good performance from him today. Really impressed. Very mature in terms of, when he gains the ball, he's not just finding these long range passes. He's making sure it's the right pass So that's something he's growing into it the more he plays. So in terms of his performance today, I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. I thought he was very positive in his outputs this evening. Luis Diaz had a good game. I thought he was a bit less influential. Obviously, he scored a hat trick, so that's a different ball mark to go based on that. But I think, yeah, he wasn't as impactful today. I feel like this was a game where he could have really gone at Quansah quite a bit, because he's naturally a centre back can play right back, but I just feel like that was the time to really test, if his defensive abilities in the fullback role. So I don't feel like he did that enough. But he definitely improved as the game went on. When he shifted to the middle, he looked a bit more comfortable. Very interesting to see how he plays in that role, because left wing, I still feel like he's fantastic in that role, but playing as a false nine, he definitely adds something different to our team. So, long may it continue. Lucho's been fantastic for us this season. And yeah, long may it continue. So in terms of his performance today, I don't think he was as great as it has been in recent weeks. So I'm going to give him 7.5 out of 10. And then up top, Darwin Núñez. So the goal that he scored, good finish. I wouldn't say it was an excellent finish. It was just a good finish because he got the ball away from the keeper and he had to apply a bit of height to that shot. Otherwise, Martinez will save it if he laid it as a shot on the ground. But he missed some crucial chances. In the same first half, when he was through 1-on-1, that's bread and butter for an elite striker or a top striker or even a good striker. That's bread and butter. You can't be missing those kind of chances. He just seems to lack that calmness in front of goal. He really just needed to place it into the bottom corner rather than smashing it. So he ended up going for the wrong option in that moment. And in the second half, Robertson produced a fantastic cross. And he was literally a few yards away from goal and just hit it wide. So for me, he should have buried it. Probably should have got a hat trick, if I'm being honest. But obviously, he played a part in terms of our win, so I can't be too harsh. In general play, he had some good moments where he produced good flicks here and there, but I feel like his finishing is something that needs to improve. But having said that, I've been saying that for a few years now, so I'm not sure how much more is going to improve going forward. But in terms of his performance today, I don't want to sound like I'm too harsh, but I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. I feel like those chances were huge. Where we could have probably extended our lead to 4-0 at least, in my opinion. So that's my player ratings there. Feel free to drop a comment, let me know what you guys think, or feel free to drop your ratings for each player. Man of the match, Salah and Konate have the equal score. I'm going to go for Salah. I'm just obviously in terms of attacking output, produced an assist and a goal. So for me, just edges it for Konate, even though I know he had a clean sheet today, but. So that's my rating there. I'm just going to present the substitutes that came on. So Conor Bradley came on for Trent very early on in the game. So we'll put him on. Conor Bradley. And then we have Szoboszlai coming on for Jones, I believe. Yes. Szoboszlai. And Gakpo for Darwin Núñez. And Endo made a late cameo in place of McAllister. Okay, so let's start with Bradley, because obviously he had more minutes and more game time today. I actually thought he did quite well. Looked solid in his defensive duties. Jacob Ramsey didn't get too much joy on that left side when Bradley came on, so that's probably credit to him. Obviously, he picked up injury late in the second half, but in the first half, sorry, I think it was. So probably didn't get to have too many duels against Bradley. But generally, I thought Bradley was good. There was one moment where I remember he pressed forward and gave a good pass to Salah, and Salah went on an attack there. So all-round game was good today. It was solid. So for his rating, I'll give him a 7.5 out of 10. So Bosley, yeah, he came on. Didn't have a lot of touches on the ball, but definitely working hard. Provided the pass to Salah. So technically, he gave the assist there. So you have to give him huge credit on that one. So it was his pass to Salah where Salah went through and goal and scored. So yeah, so he gets a 6.5 out of 10 for that assist alone. And then we've got Cody Gakpo, who didn't actually, let me swap them. Cody was, or the Diaz was up top. He had a decent performance. He wasn't involved as much. There's that one piece of play I remember where I can't remember who it was, but someone hit a low cross, and I thought he was going to get onto the near post, but then he went through Constant's legs, and then both of the players didn't make any contact on the ball whatsoever. So that's the one I remember where he had a chance to score, but no, generally just a decent cameo. Didn't have a huge impact, so I'll give him a 6 out of 10. And Endo literally played for 5 minutes, so I can't really go into huge detail of what he did today. So I'll just give him an average rating of 5 out of 10 there. So that is my ratings for the team today. So yeah, drop a comment, let me know what you guys think. Just got a comment here from Abdul Rahim. Big up to Abdul. He says, "Hi, assalamu alaikum. How are you?" Walaikum salam to you, Abdul. I'm good. Good, thank you. I hope you're doing well. Big up yourself. You were in the live watching as well, so appreciate you getting involved. And he said, like, comment, subscribe, share. Many thanks. Big up yourself, Abdul. Thank you for your comment. Thank you for your support there. And then we've got a comment here from Daz. Big up, Daz. As always, he says, "Big up, Ozzy. Do you think Trent will miss England now he's injured, or was there a knock?" As it stands, I'm not too sure what the injury is in terms of how serious it is. My assumption would be that he will miss any of the upcoming England fixtures. Even if it's a slight knock, you can't really just rush someone to play international football. So, maybe being a bit selfish, but I'm praying that he doesn't get involved with the international fixtures coming up. Konate also picked up an injury. Not that he was completely injured because he continued and played the full 90 minutes. So he could have suffered a knock. So whether he goes over to France and participates is another thing. Salah has been exempt, so he won't be going to international duty. So he'll be training at Liverpool, which is good news. So look, as long as we can keep a lot of these players fit and ready for those upcoming fixtures, I'm all for it. I'm a little bit selfish. I don't really have a lot of alliance with international football, if I'm being honest. So for me, it's all about Liverpool. And, we've got some interesting fixtures coming up. We've got Southampton away on our return from international duty. And then we have, is it Real Madrid first or is it Man City? But we've got Real Madrid and Man City in back-to-back games. So those are the two big ones. And if we get 2 wins in those fixtures, it'd be huge. And I think Real Madrid actually picked up a few injuries today as well. Militao, I think, done his ACL. Vasquez always got injured, and he's actually the makeshift right back in that position. So it increases our chance of getting that win. But I'm just hoping we get the win, get the revenge for all those defeats we had against Real Madrid over those years. So yeah, looking forward to that one. So let's see how that one goes. But yeah, I don't expect Trent to be selected, but we have been surprised in the past. So we'll see what the new coach in Thomas Tuchel wants to do going forward. So that is it for today, guys. I can see there's no caller. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to Abdul and thank you to Daz for your comments. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. In terms of upcoming content, obviously, we're approaching the international break. We'll be doing some FC25 shows. So I'll get that lined up for next week. Monday, I'll be doing a Premier League Match Week 11 review. So I'll discuss all the games that are taking place this weekend. So obviously, we've got a few more fixtures tomorrow. So I'll do that on Monday. And then, maybe do a couple of Liverpool shows. If there's any sort of news regards transfers or contracts, I might do impromptu shows. So just feel free to hit that notification bell so you know what time or when I'm doing a live stream on that day. And also follow me on social media at OZZIE'S.ftp on Instagram for all the latest updates. Just got a comment here from Dad. He says, I think it's Madrid after Southampton. So it'll be Southampton, Madrid, and then Man City. So exciting games there. So yeah, lots to look forward to. And then we've got Southampton again in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. So yeah, a lot of back-to-back games like we have had in recent week, in particular Brighton. So yeah, the fixtures are coming in, thick and fast right now. So let's hope that we're able to get some wins. Right now we're doing good. I'm not going to, be too shameless and say we're going to win the league, but there's definitely a good feel factor about how we're playing right now. And the rivals are worried. They are concerned. They're rattled. They're making excuses. They're blaming Champions League formats for their teams' diminished sort of form, in recent weeks. So that's how it goes sometimes. But you got to be humble as well. I'm enjoying the way we're playing football. I know some fans are still not quite convinced with Arne Slot. It's different, obviously, in terms of how we've played over the years under Jurgen Klopp, but it's still football, and we're still getting wins. We're getting clean sheets, which for me is it's a nice thing to have as well. But it just shows how solid of a team you are as a collective when you're having clean sheets. So, if you're conceding the same amount of goals as when you're scoring, that you're just a team that just goes all guns blazing. So, look, I'm pleased with how we're performing. With weeks to come, then I might say a bit more chest that we're going to win the league. But right now, I'm taking it a game at a time. We've been hurt in the past, so we've got to make sure that we don't say anything too outlandish right now. But I said in the beginning, I'll say it again, we will be challenging for the title. That's with a shadow of a doubt, and we'll compete in all cylinders for all competitions. So maybe it's another way of us trying to get go for that quad. Who knows? Remains to be seen. But we'll talk in due time of the season coming up with more fixtures, and the closer we get, the more we can talk about it with more chest. But for today, let's enjoy this victory. Last week, Arsenal and City dropped points. City have dropped points today. Arsenal playing Chelsea tomorrow, which let's hope Chelsea can help us out and defeat Arsenal, and then it'll be 2 weeks in a row that our closest rivals have dropped points. So something to look forward to tomorrow, and we can talk about it in full detail on Monday evening when I do my Premier League review show. So that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take care, stay safe, and I hope to see you all on Monday. Goodbye.